Good morning to one and all. Today our topic is fourth unit, last topic, that is nothing but data flow of file read and file write in Hadoop. Hadoop is a Apache software foundation. Okay. First of all, we have to learn about today the concept of data flow of file read, and one more thing we have to learn about data flow of write. Okay, in Hadoop, first of all, we have to learn about the file read operations. What the file will be read, at which operation it will be read, at in the sense file read operations. Okay, now we can learn about the file read operations. First of all, the client, listen carefully. Later, I can show the diagrammatic representation also. The diagrammatic representation reading data from Hadoop file systems. Okay, now we can learn about file read operations. First of all, the client opens the file. It wishes to read by calling open function. What function? By calling open function on the file system object. Okay, and which for Hadoop file system is an instance of distributed file system. What I meant to say, the client opens the file to read by calling open function on the file system object, which is for Hadoop file system. It is an instance of distributed file system. And coming to the second point, we can learn about the distributed file system calls, the name node, and by using the RPC, remote procedure call, to determine the locations of the blocks for the first few blocks in the file. Coming to the distributed file system calls, we have to see the name node, and we are using the RPC, in the sense remote procedure call. What we want to determine there, we have to determine the location of the blocks for the first few blocks in the file. In the file, the first few blocks in the file, we have to determine the location. Okay, now we can check for each block and the name node. What of all we have to check for each block and the name node. It returns the addresses of the data nodes. What it returns? The addresses of the data nodes that have a copy of that block. Okay, we can see the distributed file system. What it returns? That it returns an files. What the file system data input stream. What the file system data input stream. Stream is nothing but we have to what I meant to say, stream in the sense the flow of data. Okay, an input stream, what it supports, file system data input stream, in the sense an input stream that supports the file seeks to the client. The file seeks to the client for it to read data from. Okay, to read the data from that block. Okay, now we can see the third point, that is nothing but what the client can do. The client then calls the read function. The client then calls read function on the stream in step 3. Coming to the DFS input stream. DFS, in the sense distributed file system input stream, and which has stored the data node. What it has to store? The data node addresses. The data node addresses, it must be stored, which has stored the data node addresses for the first few blocks in the file. Okay, and then it connects to the first, and then it connects to the first closest data node, and then it connects first closest data node for the first block in the file. Listen carefully, otherwise we can't able to understand. What first of all, in step 3, the client can do? The client then calls read function on the stream, the distributed file system input stream, and which has stored the data node addresses for the first few blocks in the file, and then it connects to the first closest data node for the first block in the file. And then the step 4 we have to learn about data is streamed, in the sense data is to be streamed from the data node back to the client. Okay, from the data node back to the client, and which calls read function repeatedly on the stream. Once again I have to repeat the step 4. Data is streamed from the data node back to the client, and which calls read function repeatedly on the stream. And then coming to the fifth point, when the end of the block is reached, and we have seen the distributed file system input stream, it will be close the connection to the data node, and then find the best data node. What we have to find there, we have to find the best data node for the next block. Coming to the blocks, we have seen the blocks are read in order with the distributed file system input stream, opening the new connections to data nodes as the clients reads through the stream. Okay, now we can see the blocks are read in order with the distributed file system input stream. We have to opening some new connections to data nodes as the client reads through the stream. Okay, through the stream the client will be readed what the new connection to data node, how it will be opened. Okay, at the block side we have to read in order with the distributed file system input stream. And then finally, when the client has finished reading, it calls close function. When the client has finished reading, at that time it calls close function on the file system data input stream. Okay, now we have seen the concept of the figure shows the Hadoop file system architecture, how it will be read and how the data nodes it will be written and how it will be replicated in between the data nodes, some rack 1 to rack 2, how the data metadata, in the sense data about data, what the name and what the name node, how it the block operations will be done at HDFS architecture. We can learn about the reading data from Hadoop file systems, how we can read this. Okay, now I can say these all in steps of first of all, the Hadoop file system, the client, it will be in a Java virtual machine. Okay, it is then sent, the client in the sense is nothing but client node First of all, we have to open some distributed file system, and then we have to move the get block location at a name node. Okay, name node we have to take some get block location, and then we have to in coming to the client side we have to read that file system data input stream, and then we have to read that at data nodes. Okay, fourth operation it will be we have to read at data nodes. Okay, and then fifth operation it will be readed from data nodes. Fourth and fifth step we have to read file system data input stream to the data nodes, and we have to finally the client side it will be closed. Okay, what I meant to say in the sense, when the client has finished reading, it calls a close function on the file system data input stream. That is the concept of reading data from Hadoop file systems. We have look at this diagram. It should be clearly understand what they meant. Previously I said the data flow file read operations, how it will be. That is the step by step procedure. I will take 6 steps. Okay, that is the concept of this diagram. Okay, now we can learn about file write operation. What write operation we have to learn about now? File write operation. Okay, now we can learn about the data flow of file write. In the sense, first of all we have to learn about the client creates the file. We have to look at the diagram and then you have to easily understood what I am saying. Okay, first of all I want to said to you the diagram. Okay, first of all, this in data flow of file read operation we have 7 points. We have to look at this diagram and then we have to understand at a clear way. Okay, first of all, if you have to look at this diagram, first of all, first point we have to first create. What we have to create? The in client Java virtual machine, the client node side, we have to create. The client creates the file by calling create function on distributed file system. In step 1 we have to learn about. Coming to the step 2, what we have to create in step 2? Distributed file system makes an remote procedure call to the name node. Okay, to the name node. Look at the diagram. To create a new file, what we have to create? To create a new file in the file system's namespace with no blocks associated with it. Okay, this is the concept of step 2. What the name node performs? In the sense, the name node performs various checks to make sure that the file does not already exist, and that the client has the right permissions to create that file. Okay, if these checks pass, the name node makes a record of the new file. Otherwise the file creation should be fails, and the client is thrown an input output exception. Okay, the client is thrown an IO exception. Okay, then the distributed file system returns an file system data output stream for the client. Okay, you look at this diagram. This is the concept to start writing data to that one. Okay, just as in the read case only. Coming to the file system data output stream, it wraps a distributed file system output stream, and which handles the communication with the data nodes and the name node. Okay, data node and as well as the name node. And we have to learn about the step 3. We have to do what we have to do at the step 3. In the sense, step 3, what we have to write? As the client writes data, yet distributed file system output stream, it splits it into packets. What it splits it into? Packets, which it writes to an internal queue. Okay, that is called, what we want to say, that is nothing but data queue. Okay, so the data queue is consumed by the data streamer. Okay, whose responsibility it is to ask the name node to allocate the new blocks by picking a list of suitable data nodes to store that replicas. Okay, this is the concept of step 3. And coming to the concept of step 4, what we have to do there? Write packet. What we have to do? Write packet. Listen carefully. The list of data nodes forms a pipeline. Pipeline in the sense, the flow of data. It should be streamed. Okay, it assumes that the replication level is 3. The replication level, how many? The replication level is 3. So there are 3 nodes in the pipeline. See, look at this. 1, 2, 3 data nodes. So there are 3 data nodes in the pipeline. So the data streamer streams the packets to the first data node in the pipeline, which stores the packet and forwards it to the second. See, look at this diagram. Second data node in the pipeline. Similarly, in the same thing, the second data node stores the packet and forwards it to the third and last data node in the pipeline. This is the concept of step 4. And coming to the step 5, what we have to done? Acknowledgement packet, and we have received or we have acknowledgement. We have received or not the acknowledgement from that pipeline. Okay, now we can see the distributed file system output stream also maintains. What it maintains? An internal queue. Queue in the sense, the main fashion will be the first out fashion as an internal queue of packets that are waiting to be acknowledged by data nodes called, we can say, that is nothing but acknowledgement queue. Okay, first of all, a packet is removed from the acknowledgement queue at the time only when it has been acknowledged by all the data nodes in the pipeline. Okay, that is the concept of step 5. And we can see about the step 6, what it can be done in the sense the step 6. We have to learn about the step 5. For example, if your data node should be fails while the data is being written to it, then the following action should be taken, okay, which are transparent to the client by writing the data. Okay, first the pipeline is closed, and any packet in the acknowledgement queue are added to the front of the data queue, so that data nodes that are downstream from the failed node, it will not miss any packets. Okay, now during the time, the current block on the good data nodes is given a new identity, which is communicated to the name node. Okay, and so that the partial block on the failed data node, it will be deleted if the failed data node recovers later on. Okay, now the failed data node is removed from the pipeline, and the remainder of the block's data, it is written to the two good data nodes in the pipeline. Now the name node notices that the block is under replicated, and it should be arranged as for the further replica to be created on another node. Okay, subsequently the blocks are then treated as normal. Okay, now it's possible but unlikely that multiple data nodes fail while a block is being written. Okay, so now we can see the step 6. What we want to say, step 6, finally we have to close that. What the step 6 conclude this: when the client has finished writing data, it calls the close function on the stream. That is nothing but step 6. In the sense, now coming to the 7th one, step 7. What is step 7 will be do? Complete. What the complete operation it will be do? This action flushes all the remaining packets to the data node pipeline, and it waits for acknowledgements before contacting the name node to signal that file is to be complete. Okay, that is nothing but the concept of 7, complete. Okay, so the name node here, look at this, the name node already knows which blocks the file is made up of via data streamer asking for block allocations. So it only has to wait for blocks. It should be minimally replicated before returning successfully. Okay, this is the concept of data flow of write operation ma. Now we can look at these points now, that at the time you can easily understood what I am saying now. Okay, look at this diagram, look at these points, that is nothing but file write operations. First of all, what you have to done in the diagram, the client creates the file by calling what they call in create function on distributed file system. And coming to the second point, distributed file system makes an remote procedure call to the name node. What to create? To create a new file in the file system's namespace and with no blocks associated with it. And then we have to learn about at step 2 only. The name node performs various checks to make sure that the file does not already exist, and that the client has the right permissions to create that file. If these checks pass, and the name node makes a record of the new file, otherwise the file creation should be fails, and the client is thrown an IO exception. Later we can see the distributed file system returns an file system data output stream for the client to start writing data to just as in the read case. And the file system data output stream, it wraps a it wraps a distributed file system output stream, and which handles the communication with the data nodes and as well as the name node. This is the step 2 concept. Listen, and coming to the step 3, what it does done, what is meant for step 3. As the client writes data at step 3, distributed file system output stream, it splits it into packets. How many? It splits it into packets, and which it writes to an internal queue, that is nothing but we can call it as a data queue. And coming to the step 4, what it done that step 4, the data streamer streams the packets to the first data node in the pipeline, which stores the packet and forwards it to the second data node in the pipeline. Similar thing we can done, the second data node stores the packet and forwards it to the third and the last data node in the pipeline. And finally in step 5, what we, if we have to done a distributed file system output stream, it also maintains an internal queue of packets that are waiting to be acknowledged by a data nodes. It is said to be a acknowledgement queue. Okay, it's nothing but reply of the queue. Queue is nothing but the main fashion. It should be first in first out. First of all, a packet is removed from the acknowledgement queue at the time only when it has been acknowledged by all the data nodes in the pipeline. And then we have to see in this, coming to the step 6, what I meant to say in coming to the step 6. When the client has finished writing data, it calls close function on the stream. And then finally the step 7, what it includes, this action flushes all the remaining packets to the data node pipeline. Okay, what I meant to say, in step 7, this action flushes. Okay, 7 in the sense, step 7 we have to complete the task. This action flushes all the remaining packets to the data node pipeline, and it waits for the acknowledgement before contacting the name node to signal that the file it should be completed. This is the concept of what I meant to say. This is the concept of data flow of write operation. We can learn about the last topic of 4th unit, that is nothing but data flow of file read and write operations. This is very important question. If you have to learn about the further future purpose, the exams, the semester exams, it should be very important question. That the question will be the concept, the concept will be data flow of file read and write operations. This is the overall concept of data flow of file read and write operations, how it will be done. Okay, in Hadoop file system architecture. Okay, now we can learn later we can learn about that is nothing but a 5th unit, that is nothing but security. Later video we can discuss the 5th unit. Okay, thank you one and all.